So what you're looking at here is this really cool dual toilet flush button. It's made by Hydro. You can see it's got an upper and a lower button. Upper is for less water, lower is for a quote full flush. They claim it saves hundreds of dollars of water a year. Installs in 10 minutes without tools. You can see this thing saves up to 15,000 gallons of water year after year. Stop wasting water. 4 out of 5 flushes. Select the right flush every time. Basically what it does is it replaces the old flapper system and your actual flushing handle with this almost looks like a button, and then this whole contraption right here replaces anything that might look like that with a float ball cock or with a flapping system. So basically what you do is you replace this whole unit and your button, and then it automatically knows if you want a lot of flush or a little flush with a little bit of water or a lot of water. So when you unbox this nifty little unit, this is what you have. You have your instruction manual that kind of goes through all your parts. Here's another more illustrated instruction manual and kind of how to adjust it. A couple different pictures as far as what do you want to call it? Troubleshooting. This is the actual button. You can see that's the inside, that's the outside. It's supposed to mount like this, so it's got 2 little watermarks. One is for just a little bit of water, and that's for your full flush. You can see it pushes both of them in. Then this is the actual internal unit that goes into the actual toilet itself. It sits like this, so that's the bottom. That's the top. That's the adjuster, so you can see there's some hash marks there. Depending on how much water you want with each flush. This is what attaches to the actual handle itself. This back piece actually fits into that. And then there's a couple little things to contain some of the tubing. So that's what you get. First step is to get rid of all the guts in your toilet. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to install this thing. But that's what you get when you unbox this. So what we are going to do is show you the written instructions on this video to install this Hydro dual flush system. First thing you want to do is you want to turn off your water supply. We're going to show you this in a different video. You're going to get rid of your handle that's there now, and you are going to disconnect and remove the actual flapper. So this unit right here stays in. This is important. This mounting plastic piece along with this tubing stays into the toilet. Then you can install your button, take the back side off with the screws, slide your button into the hole. You're going to put the base down into the actual housing here. That goes in there. You're going to slide down your overflow tube with the plastic piece that's provided. You're going to adjust what they call this cam filter. You can see how it slides over the top. Then you're going to install that black rubber ring that was inside of that when you received it, so this doesn't slide up and down. And then you're going to attach the top of the base of this. You're going to connect your button that's on the outside, and then you're going to connect what they're calling the button cable. Okay, so that goes from the back side of the button into the upper housing, and then you're going to adjust your float. That's what this is right here. And you adjust it by using this green slide up and down depending on how much how much water you want with each flush. So we're going to show you how we do that. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to turn off your water supply, turn to the right until it's tight. And you're done. Taking the top off of our toilet, and we're going to flush it and get out as much water as we can. You notice that no water is coming into that overflow tube right now. Kind of let it drain out. You can kind of hold this up and kind of splash in some water because you're going to get water on the floor no matter how you do this. But essentially what we're going to do is we're going to get a towel, stick it underneath there. You can see that for the most part the water is drained. Alright, so we've drained the water out of it. Now we're just going to get rid of our flapper. You can use this video as well to replace a flapper that's leaking. These things go bad every couple of years. It's really simple. Have these little hooks on the back. You just pull it off like that. It's that simple, and then it comes off. They're usually pretty disgusting looking like that. The chain is usually attached to the actual handle through this rod. So what you want to do is just basically unhook this. Kind of have to do a little bit of a dance with it. Flip it around, and it should just come right off. There it goes, and your flapper is now off. Alright, so now we're going to remove the toilet handle. These are all reverse threaded. What does that mean? If you're looking down into the tank, you're going to turn to your left. Instinctually you want to turn to the right, but that tightens it. So you're going to turn to your left. Usually these two pieces are attached. You're going to slide that off your arm. Look on the back side, there's nothing there. And I usually just kind of wiggle it up and down like this. And voila, you're out. And then kind of twist it to get that arm in, twist it again, arm out, and you have removed your toilet handle. Alright, so here's our new dual toilet button. It's not even a handle, it's a button. So what you do is you slide this on in. This is the back plastic piece that was on there. Most of these things are reverse threaded. So you're going to find it on this other side here. And you're going to screw that on in to this back side. Okay, so our flapper's off. Our toilet button is on. Here's the other cool part about this. Is what you're going to do is you're going to take this unit and you're going to twist it 1/4 turn. And you're going to separate these two. Okay, now the bottom part is separated. You're going to take this overflow tube, I don't know what you call this, housing, and it's literally just going to slide right over that, and then that's going to go down into, there's your light, down into this housing, and then where this goes is down into your drain tube here. Okay, so the way this works is you basically, it says slide it down onto the base tube until the blue silicone seats into the bottom, and then you're going to tighten this adjuster arm. You'll see this zip tie on the back, and then that rubber black gasket that they gave you, this one is going to slide over the top of this down in here to hold it down. I'm going to show you how that looks. Okay, so basically here's your seal, and this is what's going to hold this on. You push this down in here, and you can kind of feel that blue rubber gasket go in. Then you're going to take this kind of half piece of tubing, and that goes into the wall of the fill tube, and you'll feel it kind of get real tight, and you kind of push that down in there. And when you push it, you want it to go all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so that seals that seal. This black gasket is very, very tight. So take your time and slowly just work it down so that, and there's a reason why it's tight. It's so that that seats down into the bottom, and don't be shy to kind of push it down, because you want that rubber to go in there. Push that down, make sure it sits tight, and you can see it kind of move down. Then you can adjust your zip tie in the back here. Make sure that's nice and tight, and you should have a nice, good seal. Okay, now you're going to take your upper unit here, and we're going to do our 1/4 turn back into our base here. You can see where here's a little hint. See these two little areas where you've got extra plastic? Essentially, if you look on the bottom of this thing, there's one right there, and there's one on the other side. So if you hold it, whoops, that was loud, sorry. Hold it so that they kind of go into the sides, and so that the button, here's your button, is towards where you're going to put it. And then you give it a 1/4 turn, and voila. Everything is in, it's secure, your water line's not pinched. This is what goes into the back of your flush button. Okay, so this is really cool. They made this so that all you have to do is push this blue part in and you'll see the teeth move to the side. And then this literally snaps into the back of the button. Whoops, wrong way. Do it like this. Voila. And we are snapped in. It's nice and tight. It's connected to the front of the button. You've got your control. This is called the control box. It's connected to the button. The button, make sure that's up. The 1 watermark is up. 2 is down. That's all in the right position. That's secure. This is your cable button, which obviously goes into the top of the main unit here. Okay, so everything's connected, everything's inside. Now the adjustment part. You want to turn your water back on. This is important. So this blue float must be a ½ an inch below the water line after the tank is full. If you need it to go, if you need more water in your tank, you can adjust your green slide right here. What does that mean? So here, unfortunately, because this is facing, but the front of this, what I'm picking up, that's the blue float. That's got to be at least a ½ of an inch. You can feel the gap there underneath the water. And if it's not, on this left side down here is that green, blue, or that green slide to increase the amount of water that's let in, so that will be a ½ an inch underneath the water. Other thing here is make sure that your fill tube is not interfering with this control line. It goes right into the fill tube there, and other than that, you're done. You want to make sure when you turn your water on, everything seals right, and I'll show you how this thing works.